Neches for Analysis is a browser-based process analysis tool. The true value of Neches comes when it's used in conjunction with agile development methodologies. Many customers run their process applications through Neches at the end of every development iteration. Let's take a quick tour of Neches. After logging into Neches, we're presented with a list of process applications that we've uploaded. The numbers here are the Neches scores. The scores can range between 0 and 999. A higher score directly correlates to the complexity and maintainability of the underlying code. As the score increases, the maintainability and ease of modification of the solution decreases. In our experience, this causes companies to avoid continuous process improvement due to the technical barriers rather than organizational ones. Let's look for a moment at account administration. Each user of Neches can have multiple spaces. Think of spaces like folder structure on your computer that allows you to grant read and write access to different users. Let's move to a space with no process applications. In the Acme Code space, let's upload a new process application and allow Neches to process it. Processing an application can take up to 20 minutes. If you have multiple applications to review, you can upload all of them and they will queue up and be processed in order. Once a single process application is uploaded, we can share the space with other users. To do this, simply click on Share and type the email address of the user you would like to share with. They will receive an email invitation Neches. You can give them rights to either purchase a report, meaning they'll be able to use credits to buy a report, or upload, meaning they'd be able to upload TWX files but would have to contact a purchaser to purchase a report. Now let's move on to the Neches report. A Neches report comes in two forms: the interactive web version, which is what we'll review first, and the printable PDF. First, let's purchase this report. After credits have been purchased from BP3, you will see the total number of credits available to be spent in the space. Let's examine the findings in this purchase report. Findings are grouped by either rule or artifact. They are ranked by violation severity. For example, we see here that the JS block length rule was violated with high severity 45 times, medium severity 4 times, and low severity 9 times. Let's click on this rule to see more. When we click into the rule, we're presented with the basic overview of the rule, why it's a best practice, and how to avoid future violations. When we scroll down, we're given a list of artifacts that were flagged by the rule in severity order. Back at the top, when we turn on advanced mode, we're able to see the total number of Neches points that were allocated to this finding and the breakdown of number of points allocated based on the threshold violations. For example, here we see that 3 or more points are given to a JavaScript block of over 100 lines. Remaining in advanced mode, but returning to the findings screen, we're able to exclude certain findings from our overall Neches score. Let's say that the use of Live Connect is not a bad practice in our organization. Using exclusions, we can turn off the rule. As you can see, our total score is lowered by 308 points. On the left-hand side of the screen, we can use the interactive charts to sort through our rules and violations. Here we can also see the number of rules that were triggered and the number of rules that our process application passed. Now let's go to a space with more than one process application. Let's look at a process application where multiple snapshots have been uploaded. By clicking on the name of the process application, we can see a comparison of each snapshot we have uploaded. Here, we can see our score has grown from June 16th to January 23rd. Here, we can do a little investigation and see that the number of artifacts has grown from 60 to 79. We can also see what those artifact types are. When we click on the graph in the top right corner, we can see that in January we introduced a few new findings and resolved one. Also here, we can see that the Neches score has grown in line with the number of artifacts in the process application, which is to be expected. Using Neches, BPM developers can lower defects per iteration by maintaining best practices and being able to quickly see problem process artifacts. If you have any questions about Neches, please email support@bp-3.com.